Bayonetta stars the titular witch who has amnesia. She is trying to piece together what happened to her 500 years ago, along with why angelic monsters want her dead. That's the basic gist, and the plot doesn't matter, as it's all a bit of flowery, convoluted nonsense. What one should take away from the narrative is the humor. Bayonetta ignoring angels while they droll on about prophecies, or the physical comedy involving her journalistic follower, Luca, are all great. Not everything hits, but when it does, prepare for some legitimate laugh-out-loud moments. What wasn't great then, and worse now, are the film reel cinematics that are randomly intercut between actual full-motion ones. It makes the game feel incredibly cheap, along with some later chapters where places are reused. As one of Platinum Games' first ventures, it is understandable why the budget may have been cut, but it is still jarring to see now. On top of that, the beginning is front-loaded with a lot of story interjections. You move from a quick battle to a cutscene, and then repeat for the first third of the game. It quite frankly sucks because the action is what this game is so well remembered for. So much so that even I forgot all about the constant interruptions. Speaking of, I can't believe it's taking me this long to talk about the gameplay, so let's get to it. Armed with 4 guns, 2 in her hands and 2 strapped to her feet, somehow, Bayonetta performs some true gun fu. Diving in between enemies and pummeling them all looks and feels effortlessly cool. Later on, you can get a shotgun, sword, and so on to further improve your moveset, along with being able to pick up enemy weapons. There's so much to love here, but again, it still stinks that it takes so long in the beginning to get these moments right. One issue I do have with the combat are the halos. This is your currency, which can be exchanged for items, accessories, techniques, and so on to improve Bayonetta's arsenal. Everything is incredibly expensive, and it takes a long time to rack up enough cash to get the best stuff. Giving you little rewards and high prices was definitely done to make players replay the game, which was done because the main campaign is only 6 to 7 hours long, and that's just the first time around, which will be a lot shorter the second, third, and you get the idea. Other than the original rewards and leaderboards, there isn't much new with this remaster. It supports 4K resolutions and 60 frames per second, like Vanquish, which does make it look slightly better, but like that game, the brown and gray color palette isn't great. The extra Nintendo-themed content found in both the Wii U and Switch versions has obviously been taken out, so in a way, even though this is a remaster, it feels like a lesser version. The greatest improvement are the load times. With all of my complaints or issues, the big question here is, does it hold up? Basically, yes. The action most certainly does, it's just bogged down by a lot of interruptions. Some of those interruptions are nice, with legitimate humor. The problems in this game were answered in the sequel, which is something I can't say about Vanquish. Is this the best way to play this though? Unless you prefer fast load times over content, I say no. The Switch is definitely the way to go, but no matter what version you choose, Bayonetta is still a classic and a true showpiece of the action Platinum Games can provide, even if some things are a bit dated. Did you like that video? If you did, please like, subscribe, and spread the good word of ReActionExaminer. If you want to read more of my stuff, you can find a plethora of my articles over at TheGamer and Game Rant. All of those links and more are in the show notes below. Thanks for watching!